Something new is coming to Disneyland. Something strange and different. Something that I've been trying to get my head around. Something like a talking Mickey meet and greet. Hello everybody, welcome back to Fresh Baked. And before we get into this strange thing that is the talking Mickey meet and greet, I want to ask everybody to take a minute and to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much, guys. So here it is, guys. This is some test footage of it's a test of the talking Mickey meet and greet. I don't know if this is leaked intentionally or unintentionally, but this was shot at DCA, and without any further preamble, I'll just let you guys watch it and form your own opinion for now.
I just heard the funniest joke. Okay. What did Daisy Duck say when she bought a new lipstick at the makeup store?
I don't know. What?
She said, just put it on my bill. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
So what do you think? Bad jokes aside, of course. What do you think of a talking Mickey at Disneyland? At first, I think most are like, yeah, sure, yeah, talking Mickey's better than a not talking Mickey. Absolutely. After all, we've all been there before. When it's time to meet Mickey, you go to the park and you get in the queue and you're all set and it's your turn and you give your hi Mickeys or you're so handsome and there's that exchange. But then what? A lot of people want more, or they're not sure what to do when they meet a mute Mickey. And so naturally, the next thing that you think would be, it would be cool if I could talk to Mickey. That would be cool. So Disney sets about making his mouth move and his eyes blink, and he starts talking. It's like meeting a real live Mickey Mouse, and seems like a no-brainer. But me personally, I'm not a fan of this, and not even for the more obvious, it's kind of creepy reasons, which it is a little bit. And I know this is probably because I'm far too practical and logical, and I know that this is pulling back the curtain just a little bit, but the problem that I have with a talking Mickey is that you're not really having a conversation with him at all. You're talking to him, kind of, and he's talking to you, but it's not a conversation. It's not a two-way conversation. And I know this because we've been down this road already. Walt Disney World has had talking Mickey for quite a while, and if you watch enough videos, you can see that what they have are a certain number of programmed responses that are queued in. There are questions that he can ask you, for example, or he can say please and thank you. There are certain cues that he can pick up, obvious cues, like if you present him a book that you want him to autograph. And the autograph thing is cute, don't get me wrong. When he does it, he'll say, M-I-C, he'll say it out loud, or he'll say Mickey Mouse while he's signing it. It's cute, I get it, it is cute. But you couldn't ask Mickey a question, at least not one that isn't so obvious for him to answer. You couldn't ask him, let's say, what's your favorite color? Or, something like that. All you could ask him maybe is, where's Minnie or where's Pluto? And they might have a programmed response for that. Now, like I said before, I watched a lot of Disney World videos of talking Mickey meet and greets to get a feel for this. And unfortunately, the feeling that I got for almost all of these was that the exchange, the experience was far too, scripted. And that goes against one of the things that I love most about meeting characters is that all the organic potential of the meets. Every memorable experience that Sarah and I have had at the park at Disneyland with meeting characters has been because of its unpredictable nature and just the sudden, awesomeness and Disneyness that comes out of that exchange. And it's all because there isn't a programmed situation happening. You see, when you meet a character at the park that isn't a face character, they can't speak, obviously, but they can emote. And what that means is they have certain gestures that they can impart to you that sort of convey what it is that they're feeling, or with a little bit of observation and some help with a cast member who's trying to interpret also what Mickey or other costumed characters are saying, you can have an actual exchange with them. And that exchange is pretty special and it's pretty unique. I compare it to the concept of reading a book versus watching a movie based on a book. When you read a book, words are written and adjectives are used and things are described to you, but it's our imaginations that fill in the blanks. It's our imaginations that paint the picture in our minds of what is trying to be relayed to us in the book. But with a film, everything is presented for you to see. There's no effort required by your imagination. You can't change what you've seen on the screen. It is what it is on the screen. Your mind cannot reinterpret it for you. And what do people always say about book versus a movie? The book was better. They always say that every single time. And that's because the book allowed us to use our imaginations. And the film will never, ever agree or live up to what our imaginations have already conjured up. When you read the book first, you've got something in your mind. You see the film, they're like, no, that's not what I imagined. I don't like this. And that's pretty much how these scripted meets feel to me. It doesn't allow me to use my imagination to create my own experience. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that I am not like most Disney fans or many Disney fans out there. I am more practical and logical. Like I said, I'm far more muggle than the rest of you. But what really gets my Disney juices going is that feeling, that indescribable feeling of when magic is happening around you or to you organically. There is a certain amount of nostalgic feel to a classic meet and greet with a mute character, something that you can't get with a scripted talking Mickey meet and greet. But having said that, I really wanted to like this. I do really want to like this because one of my most favorite things in the whole world is listening to Mickey Mouse talk. In fact, as I say this, I'm realizing that's Walt's voice. Walt was the original voice of Mickey. So when I hear Mickey speak, I feel like I am listening to Walt. And so for that reason, being able to hear Mickey's voice in a meet and greet that by itself is a pretty magical thing. But when it comes to Mickey, I don't want just his voice. I want to meet Mickey, not just a pre-recorded voice. I'd rather he be mute and emote than have a scripted meet. But there is hope. In the many videos that I watched from Walt Disney World, there were many moments where I felt like there was a glimmer, a little hope for something that approached an actual exchange. They got close a couple times, so there is hope. I imagine if there was a soundboard big enough and a CM with a nimble mind and dexterous fingers ready to go, with cued responses, they could probably have a pretty flexible conversation with a guest. But the only problem with that is that you now need to synchronize those comments, the voices and the comments that you're hearing from Mickey need to be synchronized with the physical gestures of Mickey. I know, again, that's kind of pulling the curtain back a little bit, and you don't want to think too much about that kind of thing, but for me personally, all I want is good show. If I'm given good show, then I can let everything else, I can let my imagination take over again, and I can be the child that I want to be when I'm meeting him. But when it's too functional, when it's too technical, that takes me out of the experience. But what do you guys think? I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you Muffins who've actually been to Walt Disney World. Did you meet Mickey, and did it meet your expectations? Was it as fun as a classic meet? Was it a little weird, or was it more fun possibly? Let us know, guys, in the comments below. Until next time, remember that Fresh Baked is here to bring that Disney magic to you every single day. Bye, guys. Fresh Baked!